Good morning. My name is Bob Gersh. I'm a reverse mortgage specialist with iReverse Home Loans. And it's Monday morning, and I'd like to just go over a few things that went on during the weekend and how it may relate to you and your future. Over the weekend, we heard more about the Republican convention, and that's starting this week, starting actually maybe today. But at the same time, we've also heard about a tropical storm slash hurricane, which is heading towards the Florida shore as well as Louisiana and some other areas in the Gulf, and how that's going to affect the Republican convention. And is it going to be? Is it not going to be? Are they going to make a short session out of it? What's going to happen? Maybe because of the potential storm in areas outside of Tampa, it could be such that they decide that they would rather not be focusing the American people's time, energy, and TV viewing on a convention when there is potential disaster happening to fellow Americans. So the story behind the story is that throughout areas of Florida, which may be in the path of this storm and may not be in the path of this storm, are a lot of Americans who are looking at how they should prepare for the storm. Well, some of them are going to the grocery store and are stocking up on those kind of items that you basically need to survive in case there is no running water, in case there's no electricity, food shortage, can't get to the bank and the ATM machines aren't working. Whatever the situation is, no lights, whatever the problem or situation is, to be planning ahead. So a lot of people are planning ahead, some aren't, but when it comes down to a storm, once you see a huge storm right on your doorstep, that's when a lot of people take action. A lot of times it takes that kind of natural forces before people react. Without those natural forces, they don't react. Some don't react, and unfortunately, they become victims. Others react and can ride out the storm without any real problem and without any real inconvenience if they've planned ahead of time. So the story behind the story is that a lot of people plan, some people don't plan, but a lot of people plan when they see that storm on the horizon. So just like the Republican National Convention, Republican National Committee is trying to plan as of Sunday night what to do during the week depending on how the storm goes, so are the individuals, American citizens, trying to plan how they're going to either get to higher ground or get to the food store before things run out and be prepared. It also means looking around your own home, trying to see are things ready in case there is a lot of winds, rain, or otherwise. Do you have problems with those gutters at your house when you have major rains? When was the last time they were cleaned out? Anyone taking a look at those? I know at least one couple over the weekend that spent some time up on their roof, and they were safe. They did it, watching out for their own safety, but at the same time, they cleaned some of those gutters so their home would be in better shape, they'd be in better shape, irrespective of the storm coming or not coming and how bad it may be in their area. They're prepared, and that's the key. At the same time, what I'm experiencing is that a lot of us are, after many, many years in our homes, are trying to declutter, make it safer to be at home, plan for the future, maybe downsize, or maybe just at a certain point, stop procrastinating. That big storm is not coming to tell us to clean up the piles of things that are around and or things that, the shiny objects that you purchased, received, enjoyed, or thought you were going to receive. Maybe you got them and never used them. Maybe used them once. Maybe used it for many years, and then some other shiny object came and replaced it. Ultimately, it gets put aside, and years goes by, and you haven't used it. And you put it into a storage and more storage and put it away further. And finally, it gets to the point you don't even remember even having it. As you slowly but surely try to take some of these things out and decide to have a pile to trash, recycle, maybe sell on places like Craigslist. Uh, Plans can be occurring, and although it's slow, it's not like that big storm coming at you. You can slowly but surely cut away, chip away at that accumulation, and again, it's planning. And if you, at the end of the weekend, have done some of that, maybe you shredded some documents that are real old, and for your own protection, the protection of information, have it shredded, or there's no personal information on it, and you just decide to recycle it, recycle bin, the trash bin. By Monday morning, you've accomplished something. And even though it may not be as much as you expected, and this weekend I was expecting off Craigslist a few people to show up and to purchase at a real bargain items that we haven't used for years. So it's nothing that we'd miss, nothing we've been using, nothing we're going to use. They were shiny objects many years ago. Now they're, for the price, it's a bargain for somebody else. But unfortunately, 1 out of 3 of the folks came and they got a bargain. They got a whole big box of electronic type things, which hopefully some of them may be useful to them. At the same time, there were 2 other items that people committed to come, and then just before they were supposed to show up, sent a email saying, sorry, we're not showing up. Well, again, that's procrastination. So you could, on one hand, say that, well, the majority of people were no-shows. The other hand, I can say that at least one party did pick up 1 box of items. That's 1 less box of items that are in my house that were there last week. So that's progress. And if you keep at it, and even if it's slow, it will occur, and you'll get to your objective. So when it comes down to planning, think of that big storm. If that can motivate you to get a lot of things done, great. But even if that storm is way away from your area, you may still want to consider that taking those little steps are going to accomplish something, and it's a slow, progressive situation. If you've been in your house for 30 or 40 years or any length of time, you can't expect to have everything cleaned up, organized, and all your financial affairs and all your physical assets organized and everything the way you want it instantaneously. It took you years to get there, so you can take a little time to get to the next step. But the key is, don't procrastinate. The storm is coming. The storm is that you are, like all of us, are getting a little older every day, and 1 day older every day. So step by step over the time period, 365 days later, you're a year older. It keeps happening. I don't have to give you the math, but the bottom line is that if you were to start taking action today, you're a little bit further ahead every day and every week, and that's the objective. So when it comes to planning, you want to get a plan in place, so not to wait for that storm to hit, but rather be ready. And if you take it step by step, it's not a big deal. So this applies to organizing your house, organizing your financial affairs, just planning for the future. And again, procrastination is what hurts people. Hopefully, the storm comes and goes, and the Republican convention comes and goes, and everyone is happy. And but we can never guarantee Mother Nature and the results of either politics or the weather. So having said that, I'll leave you with that, and think about how you can take your little area, your house, your possessions, your financial future, and how you can plan it. And if we can be part of that process or assist in that process, that's what we're here for, to have more of a discussion. Maybe it's a discussion about the weather, maybe it's about politics, maybe it's about your financial situation today. But either way, we'll be happy to be part of that discussion with you. And if you'd like to know how we've been able to try to clean house using items like Craigslist and other similar services, feel free to give us a call. And again, the number is 781-202-7475, extension 700. And once again, it's for those that haven't written it down, here's get a piece of paper and pencil. Okay? The number is 781-202-7475, extension 700. Hope to speak to you later in the week, and have a good week. This is the last week of August. Kids are going back to school, and so at this point, unfortunately, the traffic may start getting a little worse wherever we all are. It seems that happens when kids go back to school, the school buses and everything else is happening. But at the same time, enjoy the last week. In my area, it should be pretty dry and a little rain overnight, but the weather report I checked before recording this session was that it was going to be a nice, warm rest of the week. So that should be good. Hopefully we can enjoy it and then have another weekend. Until then, see you later. Bye.